Hey everyone, this is Dr. Dolopo. I'm a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine, and today we are going to talk about some of my most challenging, most quote-unquote impossible cases that I can recall from the last 24 years of practice. And I thought instead of, usually I do a lot of notes, I'm just going to go through some random stuff on my website, and I'm going to show you just how much I remember from these cases. That's how much they meant to me. I started studying Chinese medicine in 1994. Now, this is my third website. It's elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com. Not all of my work is on this website. I've learned a lot since 1999. And I've been talking to quite a few patients in the last few weeks. And some people, I can see from how big their eyes open, how astonished they are when it comes to some of the case studies that blow them away, that they didn't realize acupuncture can do this. And since I've been doing this medicine for so long, sometimes I forget what the other person, what other people, how they feel, what their reactions are when they say, oh, wow, it's not just for pain. Or I didn't know acupuncture can do that, that it actually can heal that particular condition or significantly improve that condition, that the person can live as naturally as possible. And, using acupuncture and Chinese herbs and achieve the wellness that they want. So here and there, I'm going to talk about how Chinese medicine has helped me, but I want to go straight into some cases. These are some cases that I've talked about a lot lately. From the top of my head, I'm going to share things like herniated disc, a severe sciatic pain that I treated in 2010, kidney stage 4 disease, platelet condition, a 5% chance to get pregnant, and I'm sure we'll find some other ones. So this probably will not be a short video, but for those of you who are really interested in understanding what the powers of Chinese medicine can be, this is the video for you. I started studying traditional Chinese medicine in 1994, is what we all study. The majority of us, that's what the exams for, I'm here in California, the Acupuncture Board, and most states, the testing is on traditional Chinese medicine. I got licensed in 1999, and I practiced TCM, which has been around since what I was taught since 1959. And then I started studying a style of classical Chinese medicine, and the style that I studied was Dr. Tan's balance method consistently since 2006. So I got licensed in 1999, did TCM from 1999, June 22 to March 6, 2006. So 7 years, almost 7 years of just straight TCM. Plus when I was an intern in the 90s. So I'm pretty, well versed in what TCM can do. And then I started studying Dr. Tan's balance method directly from the late Grandmaster Dr. Teh-Fu Tan, March 6, 2006. Until now, I became one of Dr. Tan's senior students. I'm a Dr. Tan gold level certified balance method acupuncturist. So that third website, elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com, is based on my work as a balance method acupuncturist. Do I not do TCM anymore? For the most part, I don't. 99.9% of my work is on my understanding, and I pretty much practice the way Dr. Tan taught me, the way I practice Dr. Tan's balance method, and it really transformed my life. I've said this in so many videos, my long-term results with TCM, with improvement, long-term results was around 40 to 60% improvement, give or take 10, 20%. But once I started doing balance method, my long-term results was positive. When I say graduate, that means the person doesn't have it anymore. when I say significant improvement, that's 80 to 99%. You hear that a lot in my videos. This person got 75%. This person got 90%. I'm getting subjective findings from patients, but then we also have, I'll share with you the actual numbers, like the blood pressure being now 120 over 80 or something like that, when it had been something like 160 over 90 or 160 over 110 or something ridiculous like that, where and that's with medication, where the patients and the doctors are getting very concerned. And then here comes Chinese medicine. So let's have fun. Let's talk about a few cases. And if you have any questions, feel free to call me at our office landline is 949-305-1703. You can text me at 619-341-4341. We can schedule an appointment. I have other doctors who work here with me. We have Dr. Shore Omidi. She's a doctor of acupuncture and oriental medicine, and she's a licensed, we're all licensed acupuncturists here. Dr. Hope Lin is a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine, and I'm a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine and also board certified. And again, we're all licensed acupuncturists. We also have our amazing, very talented, one of the best massage therapists / neuromuscular sports therapists in the country, in my opinion. Nicole Davidson and I have known each other since we worked at Burke Williams in 2003, and we've maintained friends and maintained our friendship, and her family is always going to be family to me, and I've given her 3 babies, so we're intertwined as family and friends. So let's talk about some challenging cases, shall we? Because it's really important to understand that acupuncture can do amazing things. I made some newsletters. The first website that actually pops up for me is the the page, elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/pain. I did that newsletter quite a few years ago, and I still refer to it. If you go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.pain, you'll see that there are 50 case studies on there. I did an ankle video, women's health video, arthritis, severe back pain. I put down here, I love treating back pain, scoliosis, biceps tendonitis, dysmenorrhea, that's painful periods, foot and restless leg syndrome, hamstring tear, herniated disc video, and many, many more. Multiple sclerosis, migraine and brain hemorrhage video. Let's see. Severe PMS, dizziness, headache, digestion video. Vulvodynia. So just on that newsletter alone, there are 50 topics. And let's talk about that herniated disc video. So I'm not going to go through every case. I just want to share in this video the topics of some of the most challenging cases that have come into my practice. I've been reviewed over 200, I've received 292 plus Yelp reviews. We're building our Google reviews. Not every person writes a Yelp review, but the ones that I really have asked my patients, look, we've worked together for a while, would you consider writing a review? Because their life, I care more about quality than I care about quantity. And that shows in every part of my practice. When you're with me, the needles are in for a minimum 45 minutes, but many people stay 1 to 3 hours. It is 9:23 p.m. and I have 2 people who are sleeping back there. I take healing very seriously. So if you go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com, you'll see a search button to the right and type in herniated disc. And this woman, I remember, you'll see I'm wearing a purple floral. That is a video, and I discussed there in that video the results from what we had achieved. When this woman had come in, she and her husband were making their appointments on the plane flying in from Australia. They're Australian. The woman's Cambodian, and the husband, I think, was also nationalized. I think he was European, and they had become Australian. So she had received 5 TCM treatments in a row, 5 days in a row in Australia, and they had heard about me. And they were living here for business. I think I had no more than 4 months to get her feeling better. 3 surgeons said, you're going to have to do surgery for this herniated disc. This was a woman during the Khmer Rouge. For 4 years, she was a slave, picking rice every day for 4 years. She had become emaciated. By the time I saw her, she was in her 60s, but this happened when she was a late teenager, early 20s. And that picking the rice every day caused her to have spinal issues and disc issues. So 3 surgeons said, I don't know if they were neurosurgeons or orthopedic surgeons, but they said, you're going to have to do surgery. And she and her husband were adamant for her to not do back surgery. Or surgery for the herniated disc. I remember in that video saying that I got her to 95% improvement. I think throughout the day she was 95% and she woke up at 80%. But this was a woman, when she first started with me, she had tremendous pain. So I'll let you watch that video. That website, that page is elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/herniated disc. That video alone has given many people hope. They come in here and they might have done multiple surgeries by then, or they don't want to have surgery. And for whatever reason, they're here with pain. They don't want to be on their medications forever. They want to get results. And she was very, very happy. She was happy that she didn't have to stretch in the morning, every morning, just to be able to move. I remember that part of the improvements with her. She felt like $100 million. I just remember her feeling so happy. And she did not just stay 45 minutes here. This was a woman who stayed at least an hour and a half to 2 hours, knowing that the longer the treatments, the better. So I always guarantee 45 minutes, but people do stay longer if I don't need the table, because the sleeping or the relaxing, that's where a lot of the healing is. None of the needles went to the area of pain. They all went from the elbows down, the knees down. I used Dr. Tan's balance method 100% of the time in this case. And I am 98% certain off the top of my head that she did not do herbs. So please watch that video. We got a lot done with her. I'm so happy with the results. And I was able to find her. My goal was to get her to 95%. She left, going back to Australia with 95% improvement. And I found her an acupuncturist in Perth, about 10 minutes away. So I'm really, really happy about that case. The second difficult, case that I remember was a woman who had a migraine and a brain hemorrhage. There's a testimonial as well as a video that I did. If you go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/brain, this was written in 2020. It's a pretty good sized testimonial. And this was a case. So this is a woman. I still see her once a month, once every few months. No more brain hemorrhage, no more migraines. She feels amazing. When she first came in to see me, she had a neurologist who said, you have to have brain surgery. If you don't have brain surgery, you're going to keep having hemorrhaging. Your brain's going to keep bleeding. And, you're going to just continue suffering, I guess, until you die. But this is a woman who, she lives alone. She has her dogs. It was COVID. Who's going to take care of her? And that's not the first thing people want to do, have brain surgery. And if there's a way to heal as non-invasively as possible, why not try it? That's what she thought. So she came in and she wrote this testimonial November 2020. November 11, 2020. We had a great time treating her because by the time she was 50% better, that neurologist, she had 2, that first one, and then there was later on a second one. That first one told her, don't do acupuncture. It's just spa treatment. It's not going to do anything for you. By the time he told her that, she was already 50% better. So I'll let you read that testimonial. Let me see, maybe I'll paraphrase a little. She was talking about how she recommends me. She found that it was a hemorrhage. She did aggressive treatments in February. And I'll read one of the last paragraphs. The doctors were not able to do anything really except pain meds, and that didn't work. I don't think I would be where I am today without her help, me being me. So the pain went away, the brain hemorrhage went away, and she is pretty much 100%. I treated her several times more after that, but for other things unrelated to the brain hemorrhage and the migraines. No more migraines, no more brain hemorrhage. So if you also, I did a video on that. And so if you go to the search button at Elements in Harmony, acupuncture.com, here's the actual video. Elements in Harmony, acupuncture.com/migraine-brain-hemorrhage. So one of my favorite case studies. I hope you do take your time to read that one. I'm going to switch gears a little bit. I'm going to go to one of my favorite fertility cases. Last year I was able to help 2 women give birth. Both of them had 4 failed IVFs. The one I'm going to talk about is a woman who was over 40. She was 40, 1 fallopian tube, 4 failed IVFs. AMH needed to be between a 1 to a 4, and it was a 0.16. The fertility specialist recommended donor eggs. He said, there's no chance you're going to get pregnant. You have a 5% chance to get pregnant. And again, she was 40 or over. And both her and her husband are Asian. She's a nurse practitioner, and he's a physician. And if you go to, let me see, if you go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com and you go to fertility, pregnancy, birth, you'll see 2023 baby newsletter. So you'll see a lot of these case studies. The one that I want you to visit for this particular case is Miracle Baby Newsletter. If you go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/miracle-baby-newsletter, click on that photo and you'll see Shu's testimonial. She does not say she's a nurse practitioner, but she does, but I do share it here. And I shared, I actually did a video on this. If you go to let me see, what is my YouTube channel? My YouTube channel is youtube.com/AnnaDolopo-elementsinharmony/videos. And you'll see this. I did a lot of fertility videos. This is where the video is. And if you text me, I'll send it to you. This case, there was nothing wrong with Daddy, but I want Daddy to get treated also with Mommy. Now, you can calculate how much 4 failed IVFs are. I was able to help this couple conceive naturally. His sperm, her eggs, they got pregnant. I asked for 3 years. They got pregnant in 6 months. Mommy received 47 treatments to get pregnant. Daddy received 21 treatments during pregnancy. 47 treatments to get pregnant, and then she received an additional 21 treatments during pregnancy. Daddy received 21 treatments from the beginning of Mommy's therapy, and they were able to conceive in 6 months. I have a protocol, and I strongly recommend you follow the protocol. I have a protocol for everything. Pain, herniated disc, digestive issues, anything challenging you can think of, I have a protocol for it. A patient of mine, I hadn't seen her in a year, and she lost 46 pounds. And her husband lost about 70-something pounds. And the doctor they're seeing, she's a registered nurse. I think they're both registered nurses, actually. The doctor they're seeing, she said, that doctor told them that if you don't follow his protocol, he kicks you out of the program. And I've done that. It doesn't feel good, but I can understand when a doctor does that, because you want people to follow the program. You want people to follow the protocol. These days, I don't do that. You know, if you want to go however you want at your pace, then you get it at your pace. But if you start putting the pressure on me and say, I want these results, then I'm going to say, look, I've been in practice for 24 years. I see what works and I see what doesn't work. If you don't follow this system, it's 95%, or at least 80% of the time not going to go in the direction you want it to go. So that's why I'm sharing that story from that physician that helped them lose the weight. 70 plus pounds is not a joke. 40 plus pounds is not a joke. 1994 to 1996, I lost 48 pounds. 10 pounds is about a size. So that's about 5 sizes. And I'm pushing 5'1". My family keeps telling me I'm just 5 feet. I tell them, put the 5'1". Look, when you're short, just 5-10 pounds does matter on you. So that is the case study that I want to share there. There's one particular case also that I want to share is pretty recent, and this is sperm motility. You can go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/ let me see, I did a lot of videos on sex-related cases. This one is sperm motility. So if you go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/ sperm-motility, and there are 2 videos there. One of them, I got the case, I remember it, we went from 2% to 42%. It says 3%, but I remember them saying 2%. And then that took me 2 months, 20 treatments. And then I had also read, Daddy Continued, I read a study in Texas. They had found that they preferred 50%, even though 40% is the threshold for sperm motility. So then we did a total comprehensive treatment from beginning to end, 10 months. We got it from 3%, 2 to 3% to 72%. So let's see what that video says. That's on that page. You'll see 2 videos. Let's see if I share something. I share how many treatments January to March. March 2022 to January 2023. So when I share exactly how many treatments and what we had to do to go from 3% to 72%. So hopefully that'll give you an understanding. I mean, I think that's something that really should be applauded, in my opinion, because when you can see significant results from acupuncture and herbs, especially when I got it from 3 to 42% in 20 treatments in 2 months, and that was primarily the acupuncture. And, you know, it really goes to show you the powers of Chinese medicine. So let's just look at some of the other stuff. If you go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com and you go to the right, you'll see healers and patient info. Scroll down, you'll see newsletters. And in these newsletters, you'll see some, you know, they're an archive of newsletters. You'll see the stuff that we did for anxiety. Let's go there. A lot of people come in for anxiety and stress. Actually, I'll let you go through that yourself. I actually have a link for it. If you go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com and under the internal health, you'll see, here it is. Anxiety newsletter. Okay. elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/anxiety-newsletter. Click on the box to read anxiety newsletter, and you'll see some of the case studies there. Anxiety, mental health issues can be very subjective for many people because you don't see the pain, but that pain is real. I know because I graduated from anxiety and depression, and when people hear that and I tell them why I had those health issues, dysfunctional family, stuff like that, it's abuse, all of that, people start understanding, oh, okay, you know what it's like to feel emotionally unwell. But I'll let you just go there. One of the cases I want to talk about is multiple sclerosis. If you go to, let's see, elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/multiple-sclerosis. I did a video there. Let's see if you can. Here's the actual testimonial. Let's see. Relapsing multiple sclerosis. With my relapsing multiple sclerosis, not always easy to put into words to my pain, to put words to my pain and symptoms. With my relief, it's usually the same. One thing I know for damn sure is that when I leave Anna's office, I feel better. I feel stronger. I feel healthier. She's a true master of her craft, and anyone would be lucky to be treated by her. She is the definition of a healer in every way possible. Thank you, Anna, for 10 plus years of care and relief. That testimonial means a lot to me, because if you know someone suffering from autoimmune issues, and this guy, if you meet him, you would never know he's suffering because he doesn't tell anyone. And he's able to run and participate in the sport that he has grew up in, and he's a prominent person in that field. And that's all I'll share about that. When you meet someone who's been suffering from an autoimmune issue, and they say, I'm feeling better because of acupuncture, it's humbling, and I feel very grateful to be able to provide that. So let's go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com, and we'll talk about insomnia. So it would be /insomnia. This case, you may think, well, that's just a person who can't sleep. Guess what? If you can't sleep, that creates a whole host of different health issues. This particular case, this guy was sleeping 2 hours a night for 15 years. That's with 3 medications. We were able to get him, and he still sleeps anywhere between 6 to 8 hours a night. The first 10 treatments, we got him from 2 hours a night to 4 hours. That may not seem like a big deal to go, oh, he's still not sleeping more than 4 hours. But he went from 2 hours to 4 hours in the first 10 treatments. So I still treat this guy. He's out of the country for almost a year, but within, I want to say, the first year and a half, we got him from 2 hours a night to consistently 6 to 9. I remember there were a few times where it was 10 hours a night. And so I'm very happy to share that when he started getting 6, 7, 8 plus hours a night of sleep, he didn't tell me until he had 3 months of no medication. And he was showing me an app, his sleep app, to show how well he sleeps now, which is a big deal. So I was very happy. I'll actually read that testimonial. He wrote this in March 3, 2020. I typically don't, believe it or not, I don't ask for testimonials unless it's been a while where we can see proven results, that this isn't just a fluke. This wasn't just some people's favorite word, a placebo. He wrote this 6 years after I treated him, and it had been at that point at least 4.5 years where he was sleeping at least 6 to 8 hours a night, no medication, because remember it took a year and a half to completely get off medication that he had been on for 15 years. He went from 2 hours of sleep a night for 15 years to being able to sleep 6, 7, 8, 9, sometimes 10 hours. So we'll say at least 6 to 8 hours, which is what many people get. He wrote this March 2020. I have been getting treated by Anna for over 6 years, and I would recommend her to anyone. In fact, I sing her praises all the time. What impressed me most from my first visit was that she asked me to define what success would be for me with my treatment. Then she said that if she couldn't achieve that within a certain amount of treatments, she wouldn't continue to take my money. She could either help me or she couldn't. That was refreshing and welcome in this day and age. Of course, she is amazing and can do amazing things, and so she was able to bring my chronic insomnia under control where nothing else in 15 years of trying had. I now sleep longer and have much more quality sleep, and it is all due to Anna and her abilities. She is honest and straightforward and will work her butt off to help her patients. There is a reason why she has a large and loyal following, because she is legit and can and does bring real help and healing to so many people. If you are a bit squeamish or skeptical about acupuncture, I urge you to go see Anna. She will treat you with care and respect, and she can help you. I am just one of many, many people whose lives are better thanks to Anna and Elements in Harmony. So I'm grateful for that testimonial. And again, what we're doing in this video is I'm just sharing with you some of the case studies at the top of my head that I remember so clearly how I made a positive impact on that person. This is, like I said, I've been in practice now since 1999. It is 2023. There are a few things that I'm very good at, and this is something that I'm excellent at. This is something that, it's not just a gift, this is something that I just spent thousands of hours studying since 1994. And I've had the greatest privilege to learn from some of the best doctors of Chinese medicine alive and now passed away. And I still study, and I do my best to explain how Chinese medicine works to my patients, but in a very coherent, I'm not trying to give them Chinese medicine 101. It's so easy to just have people come in and, okay, you want to get treated for insomnia and have them go straight to the table. But so many times I have to explain. Every time someone comes in, I spend at least 20 to 50 minutes, sometimes longer, to explain in a very simple method that's relative to the patient on why they are where they are. I really feel that people are their best doctors. You sleep with yourself. You know what you're eating. You know how you stress out. You know your relationships. You know everything about you. And honesty here in the practice is so important, because when you can be honest with me, I know where you're coming from. I know what's going on at that point, even if I've only known you for 10, 20 minutes, because I would know how to proceed. And I know how I want you to consider eating now, how I want you to consider thinking, how I want you to consider having better relationships, and so on and so forth. Last night I had a great conversation with a new client, and we talked about forgiveness. I won't go deep into that conversation, but that's so important, being able to be so in touch with ourselves and understanding where our shortcomings are. When I tell people about my background of having been physically and sexually abused, and how I've managed over years personal work since I was 17. I am now 49. Personal work on being able to heal so that I can move forward in life and have this amazing family and can have an amazing husband who does not do that to my children, to our children, who does not do that to me, who does not abuse me. We have a great, solid relationship. That takes work. Having great relationships does work. Having open communication does take work. Laughing. My daughter came back from college for the summer, and we're just laughing, and it's loud, and it was 10 p.m., and my other kids were just so happy to have their big sister. They're 19, 12, and 5. And that is in many ways the key to life. And when I see people suffering physically, the body follows the mind follows the spirit. When they're having digestive issues, autoimmune issues, they're going to see an oncologist and going through chemo, radiation, they're having pain, they're all, mental health, all kinds of health issues do stem from some specific mental, discomfort in relationships with people. So some things that we do have to work on, it's not just a physical thing. It's not just looking at numbers. It's what's going on in your life that's causing this manifestation in your life. So that brings me to one of the cases I want to talk about, which is a case study. If you go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com and you go to cases, I've had thousands and thousands and thousands of cases. So these are just a few cases that I've taken the time. There's a scroll down, elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com stage 4, stage the number 4, dash kidney disease. And in this case, the GFR we got from 30 to 90 in 1 month and 7 days. I strongly recommend that you check out that page. Again, it's elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com stage the number 4 dash kidney disease. And we went from stage 4 to stage 2 in 19 treatments in 1 month and 7 days. That's a big deal. Many acupuncturists are not able to achieve that. It's important that you see the frequency of the dates. So the first 9 treatments were given March 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. Those were the first 9 treatments. Then we did 10 more. So it's important to show that your body does know how to heal, but you've got to be very frequent. So I've done this video called Accountability 5 or 6 times. I'm going to do it again so people understand there is a methodology in how frequent the treatments need to be. You need to really consider coming within 1 to 4 days. And if it's that severe, you need to consider coming every day the first 2 to 6 weeks, if you can afford it. At least coming within 1 to 4 days. So that's as much as I want to share there. I did have a case years ago on increasing platelets. Elements in Harmony Acupuncture.com/increase-platelets. Please check that out. We went from 90,000 to 271,000 platelet count. She initially was with, I really break down that case study there. If you watch, I think I did a video on it, but in that case study, I share how when the platelets were at 90,000, she was under the care of the hematologist, and within the first less than 2 months, we were able to my Siri is talking. We were able to go from 90,000 to 124,000 in 2 months. That was the first 14 treatments. So something to and then I talk about the next set of treatments and the next 2. There's a second set of treatments and the third set of treatments. So you might want to check that out. Elements in Harmony Acupuncture.com/increase-patience. I want to turn off the Siri. Okay, there we go. Now, what else do I want to discuss? Earlier, I brought up pain. So if you go to Elements in Harmony Acupuncture.com/pain, click on that lady crying. She's in a lot of pain. Ankle video, abdomen, arm, women's health video. I've done over 100 videos on women's health. At least 75%, bare minimum 50% are on fertility. You might want to. My specialty when it comes to fertility is the most challenging fertility cases. So there is one page I love to share with people, which is my 2023-baby-newsletter, Elements in Harmony Acupuncture.com/2023, the number 2023-baby-newsletter. That is the mother of fertility videos, newsletters that I've done. So I really have no need right now to make any more fertility videos for the rest of 2023. And because it is currently May, a good, like, if you go to that, that is such a long newsletter where, let's see, I have how many topics? There are 129 topics, videos, case studies on that newsletter alone. I am exceptionally great when it comes to fertility, and I'm not afraid to share that because that was blood, sweat, and tears with all of these natural fertility cases and IVF and IUI. My specialty, especially, I shine when it comes to natural fertility. I have a system for IUI, I have a system for IVF, I have a system for pregnancy care. Pregnancy care if it's natural birth or natural conception, and pregnancy care if it's with medicine, especially with IVF. So I'll let you check out that newsletter, Elements in Harmony, Acupuncture.com/2023-baby-newsletter. So let's go back to the pain testimonial. Oh, actually, let's go to Elements in Harmony Acupuncture.com/back-pain-newsletter. This is already a 39-minute video. If you're still sticking with me, I applaud you. This is a long video. I just want to share some amazing things that acupuncture can do. So if you go to the back pain video, you'll see some testimonials, some case studies, and some research. I've been posting a lot of research on the newsletters and on the actual website from PubMed.gov. Sciatic pain. There's one sciatic pain that I remember The case is 2010. This woman was not comfortable sitting, standing, coughing, lying down, nothing. Many people who come in for sciatic pain or any kind of back pain, they can find a comfortable position. This case was so important to me because she could not find a comfortable position, and her physician and her chiropractor could not help her. Anyways, I remember getting her 90%. In 2 weeks, she did 10 treatments. 10 treatments in 2 weeks, we got her to 90% improvement. None of the needles went to the area of pain. And she had radiating pain from the lower back down one of the legs. So 90% improvement in 2 weeks, 10 treatments in 2 weeks. Then the last 10% we were able to do in the next 4 weeks. So it was a total of 6 weeks. First 90% improvement was done in the first 2 weeks. I'll let you check that out. We'll go back to that. There's a men's health newsletter, but let's talk about pain newsletter, because this is where I remember doing this. This was the year of the ox. And let's see, severe back pain. There's one on foot and restless leg syndrome video. That one is, so if you go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com, let's put restless leg. This is a rather long testimonial by Giuseppe. He wrote this in 2018. My gosh, 100 reviews and a solid 5-star establishment. There were actually 200 reviews at that time. She said, truth is, Anna deserves 1,000 times 1,000 5-star reviews. I'm so happy from this testimonial. It's pretty lengthy. I would like for you to read it. He talks about 3 cases that I helped him with over the course of 10 years. And it's very humbling that I was able to make an impact on his life. There is one particular thing that I want to bring up. It has to do with someone with stage 4 cancer under the care of her oncologist. If you go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com, and this is under lung cancer survivor. That testimonial, here's me living life in part due to your treatments. You helped me with my side effects more than you can know, as well as my mental well-being. So I did a newsletter, oncology. If you go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com, on the right, you'll see the search button. Type in oncology, and you'll see me holding JAM, Journal of Acupuncture and Integrative Medicine. And the link is elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/acupuncture-integrative-oncology. So if you click on that, you'll see my video and some of a few patients who've had cancer. I've had great success over the last 24 years with anyone, almost anyone, with different kinds of cancer that I help with their quality of life. And I really break down, I think, at least 10 articles, if not at least 6, but I think 10 articles from Journal of Acupuncture and Integrative Medicine, Integrative Oncology. That newsletter is Acupuncture and Integrative Oncology. Abstracts discussed from JAME, Journal of Acupuncture and Integrative Medicine. So I did a video there. You can check that out. And cancer must mean a lot to many people. There are so many people who are lost to cancer. I've lost some dear friends to cancer, though that's why that newsletter, that particular magazine meant so much to me when James published it. So I do recommend you check that out. Let me see, before I end, let's see if there's anything else. I mean, there's so much. Oh, someone asked me to share about diabetes. You know what I love about treating diabetes is that within 5 to 30 treatments, depending on the person, we'll get those numbers down, and that really makes the doctors happy. That makes your endocrinologist happy. That makes your primary care physician happy, because when it's not just a placebo, when you do the acupuncture and you say you've been on metformin or whatever drugs, and your blood sugar glucose numbers not decreasing, and you do these treatments with or without herbs, usually without herbs, and you're doing the acupuncture, guess what happens to the blood sugar? It starts to decrease, and they're so happy. So this was a video that I did. Oh, you know what? They're starting to delete my videos from my old channel. So I have to, this was a channel thing that I did many years ago. I guess it's gone now. I have to do a new video. But this was smoking and smoking cessation and diabetes. Let's see about this one. I'm going to have to share more more testimonials on diabetes. Off the top of my head, I know there have been so many cases where people's blood sugar with type 2 diabetes starts to improve. And also type 1, but let's just discuss type 2. It is, I would say give it anywhere between 10 to 30 treatments. And of course we talk about nutrition and we talk about herbs, but acupuncture I have found to be very helpful when it comes to type 2 diabetes. Dr. Tan always told us to have the person drink lime juice, not lemon juice, a lot of water. I want to say at least 8, if not 16 plus 32 ounces. I want to say maybe 32 ounces. And squeeze 2 lime. But if anything, at least 8 to 16 ounces, and drink water with lime. It'll lower your blood sugar. So this is already a 46-minute video. There are so many other things I want to discuss. Here's one. Osteoporosis. Elements in Harmony, acupuncture.com/osteoporosis. And I shared here, I have a 64-year-old female patient who's been getting treatments and Chinese herbs for osteoporosis. Her most recent bone density scan after 1+ year of treatment shows a 7% improvement. The doctor told her if people can show improvement of 1 to 2%, that is a big deal. She's totally stoked that she's received 7% improvement. This patient's receiving acupuncture and Chinese herbs. And I wrote that August 27, 2018. So that's a case I'm very happy to share. I just found out recently that because the YouTube channel that I have now is new, so all my old YouTube videos from my other channel, I guess I haven't signed in a long time, they are being deleted. Anxiety, panic attacks, Elements in Harmony, acupuncture.com/anxiety-panic-attacks. You might want to read that, because there are many people who have panic attacks. So this is a 47-minute video already. It is 10:02. I'm going to get my last 2 patients out of here. These patients have been with me for years. I always guarantee 45 minutes, but many people say 1 to 3 hours. And there's a reason why, because the sleeping, that's where the healing is. Again, you've heard my video, my website over and over. You can schedule online at Elements in Harmony, acupuncture.com with either Dr. Shore Omidi, Dr. Hope Lynn. Dr. Hope Lynn works Tuesdays and Sundays, and she's available on those days. Dr. Omidi is available almost every day except Sundays, and I'm here. I'm off Wednesdays and Sundays. And our neuromuscular sports massage therapist, you cannot schedule online. You have to text me at 619-341-4341. And we will schedule you. She does infant massage, pregnancy massage, reflexology, Swedish, deep tissue, trigger. And she also, on her own, does cupping and hot stone. There are other services she does as well. We do cosmetic acupuncture here. My specialty is the most challenging fertility cases. I love to treat those. The most challenging that you can think of, throw them my way. I also love to treat the most challenging pain cases. It's just at that point in my career where if it's challenging, I most likely can have a powerful impact on you. And I hired amazing doctors to help me out here that are growing, and they're becoming very talented, very competent, and I hope you give them a chance, because the patients that they're treating find them to be excellent, caring, compassionate. I gave them a key the moment I met them. I gave them a key to my office, which is like a house to me, my home, because I really care about people feeling compassionate for their patients. And I feel like I found them. Pam Carroll also works here. She's a licensed acupuncturist and a registered nurse. She's doing some contracting work right now as a registered nurse. She's been in practice, I want to say, at least 30 to 40 plus years as a registered nurse. So, you know, we have a great team here. Thank you so much for watching this very lengthy video. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but these are some of the most challenging cases I've had. There are so many more that I can think of, like already thinking about this one woman that I helped get out of a wheelchair within 3 months. And just there's, you know, so much time. But I hope this kind of gives you an understanding of what Chinese medicine can do. Diabetes, endocrine issues, shingles, thyroid, internal health, 1999 to 2006, all I focused on were digestive and menstrual issues. Post-stroke patients, being able to see someone who can't write really well after a stroke to being able to write really well, clearly after an acupuncture treatment. So something's going on neurologically. Polyneuropathy. There's a polyneuropathy case that I'd love to share right now. So if you want to know what acupuncture can do and you're on the fence, check out elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com. Check out, check out what other acupuncturists are doing in Orange County or in Southern California, all throughout the country, and maybe outside the United States. And you can see the results. These days we have the website, we have the internet. Many years ago, and when I started in 1999, we didn't have the internet like we have now. So you have access to seeing what a person can do. And I've been sharing videos and case studies and testimonials since 2006 when I started using social media. So I hope you have a great night. Come visit us, elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com. It is a pleasure to get to know you. It is our honor to really work with you. And if you're suffering, just know that there are options. You can do this, or you can add it with your Western medical therapy or any other alternative medicine. But, really check us out, meet with us, see if this is right for you, and we'd love to work with you. Our office number is 949-305-1703, and my cell phone that you can text anytime, it's my work number, it's 619-341-4341. Again, my name is Dr. Dolopo, and I've been in practice since 1999. It is a pleasure to treat you. Take care.